In a small, peaceful village, there lived a beautiful young woman named Emily. At just 20 years old, she had striking blue eyes and golden hair that shimmered in the sunlight. Though her family was poor, they lived happily in a modest home, filled with love and warmth. Emily had a passion for reading and often lost herself in books, dreaming of a better future beyond the village. One day, as she wandered through the bustling village market, her eyes met those of a tall, handsome young man named John. He had dark hair and a kind smile that instantly made her feel at ease. John came from a wealthy family. His parents owned vast lands and a grand house. Despite their different backgrounds, Emily and John struck up a conversation, discovering a shared love for dreams and adventure. As they talked and laughed, an unspoken bond formed between them, marking the beginning of a special connection. As Emily and John grew closer, their love blossomed, like the flowers in the village fields. They spent countless days walking by the river, sharing their dreams and hopes for the future. However, their happiness was soon met with a challenge. John's parents disapproved of their relationship. Coming from a wealthy family, they believed their son should marry someone of the same social status. One evening, John gathered the courage to tell his parents about Emily. "I love her," he said firmly. "She is kind and good. Money does not matter." But his mother shook her head. "John, you cannot marry Emily," she insisted. "She comes from a poor family and is not suitable for you." His father agreed, saying, "You need to find someone from a wealthy family, not a simple village girl." John was heartbroken. He loved Emily deeply, but faced an impossible choice: his family's approval or his true love. Emily could see the pain in John's eyes as he struggled between love and family. She knew how much he cared for her, but she also understood the weight of his parents' disapproval. One evening, as they sat by the river, Emily took a deep breath and spoke with a heavy heart. "John, I love you more than anything," she said, her voice trembling. "But I don't want to be the reason you lose your family. Maybe it's better if we don't marry." John's heart ached at her words. He held her hands tightly. "Emily, I will always love you. We will find a way." Tears welled in Emily's eyes. "Your parents will never accept me. I don't want to make your life difficult." Though John begged her to stay, Emily knew their love alone could not change his parents' minds. With a broken heart, she made the painful decision to walk away. After parting ways with John, Emily focused on her family. She worked hard every day, helping her parents and supporting her younger siblings. Though her heart ached, she refused to let sadness consume her. She spent her days reading, tending to the house and assisting her neighbors, earning the love and respect of the village. Meanwhile, John left for the city to work. He was determined to prove that he could build a life of his own. Though he missed Emily deeply, he threw himself into his work, learning new skills and growing more independent. Despite the distance, he never stopped thinking about her. Though they no longer walked by the river together, or shared their dreams under the stars, Emily and John carried each other in their hearts. Life continued, but the love they once shared remained a quiet, unspoken presence in their souls, never fading with time. One day, tragedy struck Emily's family. Her father fell gravely ill. She stayed by his side, caring for him day and night. But his condition worsened. Medicine was expensive, and Emily felt helpless. She prayed for a miracle, hoping for a way to save him. News of Emily's father's illness reached John, who was still in the city. Without hesitation, he returned to the village to help. He arrived at Emily's house with medicine and food, his heart aching at the sight of her tired face. "Emily, I heard about your father," he said gently. "Let me help." Emily was deeply touched by his kindness. She knew how much he still cared. "Thank you, John. Your support means everything to me," she said, her eyes filled with gratitude. With John's help, Emily's father slowly recovered. Though their love had been torn apart, John and Emily's bond remained strong in times of need. After Emily's father, John and Emily continued to see each other, but only as friends. Though their love still lingered in their hearts, they knew nothing had changed. John's parents would never approve. They tried to move on, but their connection remained strong. Soon John had to return to the city for work. Before leaving, he said, "Emily, I will write to you. I want to know how you are." Emily smiled sadly. "I will write back, John. I will always care about you." True to their promise, they exchanged letters regularly. John wrote about his life in the city, his work, the challenges he faced, and how much he missed home. Emily shared stories of the village, her family, and her quiet longing for him. Through their letters, they stayed connected, sharing their thoughts and feelings. Though miles apart, their words kept their hearts close, reminding them of the love they once had. Years passed and John became successful in the city. He worked hard, saved money, and built a life of his own. Yet, despite everything he achieved, one thought never left his mind: Emily. He still loved her, and no amount of distance could change that. One day, John decided to return to the village. With excitement and nervousness in his heart, he knocked on Emily's door. When she opened it, her eyes widened in surprise. "John, you're back," she whispered. John smiled. "Yes, Emily, I missed you." They sat and talked for hours, sharing everything that had happened over the years. John finally said, "Emily, I still love you. I want to be with you." Emily's heart raced with joy and fear. "But what about your parents?" she asked. John took her hands and said, "I have saved enough. I can support us. I don't need their approval anymore." Emily looked into John's eyes, searching for doubt, but all she saw was determination and love. Tears welled up in her eyes as she whispered, "John, I love you too. But are you sure I don't want to cause problems for you?" John held her hands tightly. "Emily, you are my happiness. I've spent years missing you, and I don't want to live without you anymore." With newfound courage, they decided to be together. Despite the obstacles ahead, they planned a small wedding, inviting only their closest friends and Emily's family. On the day of the ceremony, Emily's mother wept with joy, knowing her daughter had found true love. John's parents, however, refused to attend, though it hurt him. John knew he had made the right choice. He and Emily vowed to build a life together, facing whatever challenges came their way with love and strength. Their journey as husband and wife had just begun. After their wedding, Emily and John moved to the city to start their new life together. Though the journey was not easy, they worked hard and supported each other. Through every challenge, John continued to grow his business, while Emily found joy in helping others in their community. They built a home filled with love, laughter, and understanding. Years passed and they were blessed with children. As parents, they taught their children the values of kindness, resilience, and love, the same love that had carried them through so many hardships. Though John's parents had once rejected Emily, they eventually saw how happy their son was and accepted her into the family. As they grew old together, Emily and John often looked back on their journey with pride. They had proven that true love could overcome any obstacle hand in hand. They cherished every moment, knowing that their love had made their lives beautiful and meaningful.